If you're spending so much time building up an author brand and building a community of readers so that people know what it is you write and what to expect from your stories, then why would you want to use another pen name? In this video, I'm going to explain one very good reason why having multiple pen names is a good idea. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lisa Oliver. That is my pen name. It's my name as well, but it's my pen name. And I have well over 100 titles in my backlist because I have been self-publishing for 12 years. And if people want to know about Lisa Oliver books, like this one, or this one, or this one, and the 100 other ones plus that I have, they know that when they pick up a Lisa Oliver book, they are going to get Fated Mates. It's going to be MM or MMM. They are always going to have a happy ending. There is no cheating. They are paranormal, so they involve shifters, vampires, magic users, fae, elves, and everything else in between. And they know they're going to be left with a smile, because that is what the Lisa Oliver brand is all about. However, I struck a little problem when I wrote this series. I think this is book, what is this, book 8 in my arranged marriage series. And this is where I started to notice a wee problem. The arranged marriage series that I have, which was just written on a whim because I happen to like the idea, does not involve fated mates and does not involve shifters and vampires and all that sort of thing. There are magical elements in some of the stories, but they are actually, the stories are set in my own world. I created it. My sort of gentle nod towards steampunk / that sort of thing. I've always wanted to write a historical book. I've always wanted to write a steampunk book. I don't know enough about either genre. So I created my own world where my elements, my favorite elements of those sorts of stories could be included in my world. And that was great. I have a very, very loving, loyal, and supportive audience for my stories. However, I did start to notice that there was a couple of people who got back to me and they said, well, we don't read your arranged marriage stories. And I was like, okay. And it's understandable, because what I did with those stories is that I did something different. I moved out of my trope. I moved out of my genre. My arranged marriage stories were still MM, and in one case, MMM, but they didn't have the paranormal elements that is most people associate with the Lisa Oliver brand. In hindsight, I should have published that series under a pen name. And that is, I basically told you that story to illustrate why some authors do have multiple pen names. When you pour a lot of work into your genre, into your brand, your genre is tied up with it. People want to know what to expect. For example, if you go and buy a Stephen King book, then you know it's going to be horror. I actually don't know a lot of other popular authors, and there are some I won't name, but you usually think of a particular author with a particular type of book. And I failed to recognize that when I started my arranged marriage stories. Now, the readers of mine who did read them did enjoy them, but they were different. And one of the biggest things that helps your brand grow is the element of comfort that readers get in knowing that if they pick up a book that you have written, that they know what type of story to expect. And when I published my first arranged marriage series, I think it was probably 2 years ago now, people didn't know what to expect. This was different. Lisa Oliver was doing something different. She was still writing her other books. The Hellhound Collar series is still valid, is still going. The Gold series is still going. You know, I think I currently have 5 open series that are still running, including the arranged marriage one. But so 4 of them, my readers are used to and they enjoy. But for other people, they weren't as happy when I put my arranged marriage series out. Now, I love writing those stories, but then I love writing all of my stories. So in a lot of ways, it doesn't matter. But at the beginning of the year, especially for experienced authors, we start to analyze what it is we're going to do for the year going forward. What changes are we going to make? What are we going to do? An important thing to consider is that you don't want to do anything against the brand you've already built. You might not think it's important. You may be one of those authors that think, well, I can just write whatever I like. And that's true. You can. So can I. However, maintaining your reader trust is vitally important. If you have written a dozen books, even if they're typical MF romances, and you've always insisted that cheating isn't something that you'd ever have in your book, and then in your latest release, one of your MCs is cheating on their significant other, you're going to break the trust. If you're another author, perhaps, who never likes leaving readers on a cliffhanger, and then after a half a dozen books or more, suddenly you do, again, you are breaking a trust. Everything about the type of books that you write, everything that you do is something that the reader over time will come to expect. Not necessarily from your first book, obviously, but they will want to see consistency. They will want to see the things that are important to you as an author from the first book to the 10th book to the 20th and so on. And this is where having another pen name is a really good idea. Now, I talk quite often about my collab author friend, JP Sale. When she writes with me, she writes under JP Sale. But I do know that she has 2 other pen names, one of them for MF romances and one of them, I think, for children's books. But because they are such different types of stories in different genres and appealing to different types of readers, she has maintained 3 different pen names so that she can still write what she likes, but she's not upsetting the readership for any one of her pen names. There are numerous authors. I think A.J. Sherwood is another one who will write, MM in one respect and then writes MF under another name and then writes, something else under another name. I think she has 4 pen names. And they're doing this so that you can still maintain an author's ability to write what they like without upsetting the readers they've already cherished, that they've already been writing for. It's really not that difficult to set up another pen name. If you already have an author account, your Amazon KDP account, I believe, allows you to have 3 different author names. That you can do an author central, author page 4, Alternatively, you can always publish under a different name, all within your same KDP account, and simply put on there that, that this is like, for me, I would put, maybe I'm writing as, I don't know, I'm trying to find a name, PLT. PLT is the alias of Lisa Oliver, and under this author name, she writes something else, something different. It's what I should have done with my arranged marriage series. The whole part of being an author, in the end, if this is something that you're looking at as a career, is it something that you want for your readers to keep coming back? You want them to keep coming back. You want to know that, you have already, as part of your marketing efforts, you've already set up avenues where they can get in touch with you through Facebook, through Instagram, through TikTok, through Patreon, whatever it is, or even through YouTube here. You've already given them avenues of, to learn what you're doing, what you're writing next, what to get excited about. And your loyal readers will do that. They will get excited about what's to come. So again, it's really important that when you deliver that book, it's something that they're expecting. It's within that confines of what they associate with your brand. And I think this is what makes the idea of having numerous pen names a really, it's an exciting idea, because you can still be the same person and you can still tell your authors, you can still tell your readers that you're writing under different names, but you can explain to them what is different between the books you're writing under one name and what you're writing under another. Having another pen name and writing a different type of book not only feeds your muse and your creativity and takes care of those nagging what ifs that I'm sure you've got in the back of your brain, or the lengthy list of books ideas you have in a notebook somewhere, but it doesn't do anything to disrupt the brand that you've already built. Lisa Oliver, author, can still promote books by her alter ego, but it's not only those readers who are interested will move over, but the alter ego over time, and with persistence and marketing and writing good stories, because all those things are important, will develop their own audience that is possibly new and different to the audience that Lisa Oliver, author, enjoys. So if you're somebody who has a lot of ideas, a lot of different ideas, then maybe consider that you need to group those ideas into genres that you think your readers will be comfortable with. It will make your marketing of your story a lot easier. It will ensure that you don't disappoint your existing readers if you already have them, by simply throwing at them something totally different and something that they didn't expect. And it's fun. It allows you to explore new worlds. It allows you to explore new ideas. And you can do it all without wrecking the goodwill and the support that you've already gained from the years where you've actually worked, like me, as Lisa Oliver, author. Not that I'm suggesting for a second that that's what you're doing. But yes, if you're somebody who has multiple genres you enjoy, multiple tropes you enjoy, multiple pairings or plots, maybe you want to write science fiction one week and you want to write a romance the next. Whatever it is, do them under different pen names. And that way you'll keep your audience happy. It'll be a lot easier to market your books, and you'll just end up with more than one author brand. Maybe you'll even end up with 2 or 3. So what do you think? What do you think your reasons are for changing a pen name that you might already have? or for having more than one? I'd be really interested to hear your comments down below. I do post long form content on Mondays and Thursdays, and we talk about a variety of things. My goal behind these videos is always to help you start writing your book, to help you start publishing your book, to help you market your book. And I'm looking at a lot of different things that I want to change this year and share on the channel so that you can kind of follow along on my journey of what new things I've tried that have worked and what hasn't. But above all, I want you to believe in yourself, that you can get your book put out there if that's what you choose to do. So if you have questions, drop them below. If you have comments, drop them below. Even if you think I'm completely wacky and you don't agree with the word I've said, drop that below, because engagement is engagement, and I'm always happy to hear from you. Plus which, I answer every comment. But in the meantime, I will leave you to your writing. Hopefully you're doing well now that hopefully things are getting settled as we move into January. And so just keep writing, my friends. And until next time, I'll see you then. Bye.